She cried and cried, helplessly cried for help. The villagers and neighbors were watching so helplessly. A woman would diligently wipe out all those debts and filth of corruption. Reduction in the maternal and infant mortality. You know, like in terms of that nonsense. Her impact was felt. A lot of people, many were sacked. Many incompetent workers. When she stopped crying, the Turks waited a little bit more to make sure came to her rescue. She was burnt beyond recognition. They could only see so, my lovelies, so my sweeties, always happy to chat with you guys. Anyway, hi guys, this is your girl TTK. My name is Ttkjinadu. I'm back again with another Telling It Just the Way It Is chat series. So guys, stay tuned guys, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Grab a cup of cold drink. You might need one. Grab a cup of cold drink. Okay guys, the topic for discussion today is, why can't we have a woman governor? Why can't we have a woman president? Is it impossible? Why are Nigerian women not actively participating in politics? Well, I ask these questions because I feel there are a number of factors restricting women. Does marriage play a role? Are our men restricting us? Can I ask you a question? If you were to be, especially if you're married, answer this question in the comment section. If you're married or you've lived with your husband for some time, so you understand how your husband thinks, you understand how you reason. If you are to be the president of Nigeria today, will you guys still be together? Will he support you? Maybe the answer I'm looking for is looking around that question. If you cannot put that your answer in the comment section, just think about it. Let's do a little bit of exercise here. And I'm referring to you women watching me. Women are achievers. Women are diligent. Women are competent. Women have the ability to multitask. And I'm not just saying this because I am a woman. But if we are given the chance, or if we're given the wings to fly, we will fly above and beyond. And that is, you know, when you enter a good home, you could immediately feel the presence of a woman. You could feel the woman's impact. And I am talking about women who are willing to participate, women who are willing to do, you know, it's a different thing for you to have all these skills and abilities. But if you're not willing to exercise them in a particular area, then it's futile. You will not see the result. It's effortless. Do you understand? So you will not see the go-getting, women being an achiever. You will not see that. So I'm referring to women who are willing, who are enthusiastic, who are interested. Those are the women I'm referring to. I believe these skills can be exercised on a larger scale. These home skills, you know, all these skills we carry out at home, can be exercised on a larger scale. If determined collective women come together for the betterment or the development of our country, Nigeria. I believe that strongly. You put a woman in a sector where corruption and greed has eaten deep. See how this woman will diligently wipe out all those debts and filth of corruption. She will. Provided she's not a part of the corrupt group or the corrupt scene, she will. Remember that NAFDAC director who later became a Minister of Information, Mrs. Dora Akiyili. Mrs. Dora Akiyili did her job diligently. Her impact was felt. A lot of those ABBA medicine or drug dealers wanted her gone by all means. They felt her impact. She wiped out every fake drugs. She put a stop to the importation of fake medicine, inferior quality medicine. She put a stop to those countries using Nigeria as a dumping ground. Many of those wholesalers couldn't stand her. Those godfathers that were living a luxurious life at the expense of the health of others, Mrs. Dora Akili put a stop to that. May her soul continue to rest in peace. Her legacy live on. You know, it's good to appreciate. It's good to appreciate and to remember the few that they have given the opportunity to govern. It's very, very important to remember them because we felt their impact. Even when Nkema Chikwe, that aviation minister, when Nkema Chikwe, it's not like they were 100%, but when Nkema Chikwe was Minister for Aviation, her presence too was felt. It was felt. The airport was, things were going smoothly at the airport. All the air condition at that time, if you travel, were working. At the Muritala airport, were working. The conveyor belts were working. No bribery is allowed. You cannot be seen loitering around the airport area or vicinity. Those years when passports used to disappear at the airports, when you present your British passport, before you know it has disappeared and they're claiming you didn't give it to them. Those years when the Muritala airport used to, you know, the Lagos Muritala airport, the federal airport used to be very rowdy. That every Tom, Dick, and Harry can come in and out of the airport. Nobody's accountable. When bribery, to check in, you have to bribe for your luggage to go through. Those days are the days I'm talking about. When Nkema Chikwe became the aviation minister, she put a stop to all that nonsense. Her impact was felt. A lot of people, many were sacked. Many incompetent workers, lazy workers, corrupt workers were sacked. Many hated her and wanted her gone. Those are the examples. And I think men know it. Just put a woman and you will see. Seriously, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a woman. I'm not just saying that because I'm a woman. You will feel our impact. And again, I'm going to ask this question. Are we women not trying enough? Are we not making attempts? Are we not going for these political positions? For the few that make attempts, are they being chased away? Are they being intimidated? Are they being threatened? What is stopping us? I know there's so many factors. I'm going to ask so many questions without answers today. So we can think and ponder on it. If I am to answer the question I just asked, I would say it's the combination of what I have suggested. Like we are not trying, and we as women are not pushing enough. We're not trying enough. We're not participating actively in politics enough. And then those who make an attempt are being chased away. They're being threatened. They're being intimidated. Who remember the case of Mrs. Salome Abu in Kogi State years ago? For those who do not remember or who have never heard about her, I will just summarize what happened to her a little bit. This woman was a woman leader. She was the woman leader for the council campaign, the PDP council campaign. She was the woman leader. And her impact was felt, like I said, in that state, in Kogi State. One day at about 2 p.m., this woman was inside her house. Thugs arrived at her house, blocked every exit. Every entrance and exit into the house were blocked, into this Mrs. Salome Abu's house. The house was sprayed and soaked with petrol. Then they set it on fire. These thugs set it on fire, stood in front of the house, and started shooting sporadically. Mrs. Abu cried for help. She cried and cried, helplessly cried for help. The villagers and neighbors were watching so helplessly they could not come close because this thug boldly stood in front of her house and was shooting sporadically. She cried until she cannot cry anymore. When she stopped crying, the thugs waited a little bit more to make sure she's dead, then left. By the time the villagers or the neighbors came to her rescue, she was burnt beyond recognition. They could only see her skull. Prior to that, Prior to that, 3 weeks before this incident, she was beaten by an APC official. Her brother-in-law came to her rescue. That was like a warning to step back to say, because once, like I was saying earlier, the women that are interested in politics, those strong, ambitious women, the women that really want to make a change, if you give them the chance, they run with it. Mrs. Salome Abu's impact was felt in Kogi. Men were threatened. Do you know till today, nobody has been guilty of that offense? This woman died. They deprived her children, her husband. She has a husband. So it is possible too that if you're married, you can actively participate in politics in Nigeria. That was sad. That was like the height of it for me. And another one happened recently in the same Kogi state. That woman that was threatening, that cried out for her life, that they're threatening me, oh, that pretty, ambitious, beautiful woman. So it's the combination of what I just mentioned. Women are being threatened. Women need protection. Who is going to protect them? Is it this man they're about to drag position with that is in power? Something needs to change. And these things need to be highlighted. We can't continue to keep quiet. Does religion play a role in women actively participating in politics? There's a verse of scripture in the Bible that stated that husband is the head of the wife. Does it restrict the women from actively participating in politics? Wife taking up a political post, is that seen as a sin? Men surpassing their husband, is that seen as a sin as well? You know, some doctrine frown at women pastoring. Some doctrine condemn women pastors. Some doctrine does condemn women pastors. I mean, does culture or tradition plays a role in women not actively participating in politics? What about stigma? How does the society see women in politics? Are they being stigmatized? Does tradition or culture play a role in women not actively participating in politics? What do they expect from them? Are they given the chance? Question on answer. I just want us to ponder on them and think about it, because there's so many factors, and we can't address all the factors or answers in this video. They're quite broad. They're quite broad. Women leaders are needed in Nigeria, especially in the area. I mean, women representatives as well. You can call them women representatives are needed, especially in the areas of rape, abuse, domestic abuse, employment, equality, women's rights, human rights, you understand, emotional distress, paternal, maternal, motherhood, women's protection. Women are needed on all this level. Women representatives are needed on all this level, both on states, federal, local governments, and in each town. They are needed. It is difficult. It is difficult or hard to solve women's problem or help women achieve their goals when men do not understand what the problem is. Experienced women need to represent us in all this area. We need women policies reform. Is very, very important. I think Nigeria's policies are well overdue. They need to be updated. More women involvement in politics promotes democracy. It is also an advantage to the rural women. These women representative or political women could easily reach out to the rural women, enlighten them a bit, educate them a bit. It boosts political stability in the country. Very, very important. Women involvement in politics, especially in Nigeria, is required. Is required. We help with the development of the country or the economy. More women involvement in politics will lead to a development policies that are more effective and better implemented. Women in parliament have a positive effect on the health sector. This includes improvements in women's life expectancy and reduction in the maternal and infant mortality, you know, like in terms of death. Maybe women is what we need. Men have been ruling us for so long, and I can't see any improvement as far as I'm concerned. Things are getting worse in Nigeria. Maybe we need a woman. Seriously. After all, Margaret Thatcher ruled us for so long in the UK, and her impact was felt. They could call her Iron Lady, whatever, but I think our time was one of the best time so far in the history of UK, as far as I am concerned. She was not the perfect minister, but her impact was felt. She was one of the best as far as I'm concerned. You can't compare her time with the time we're living in now. Things have changed. We had recently, not too long ago, we had Theresa May, even though there are some issues, but I mean, she did rule. Women can rule. They need to allow us in Africa. They need to allow us in Nigeria. Women raise you. Women give birth to you. We have some ability. And I think our ability and efforts, what we could do, are so underestimated by Nigerians, male Nigerians. I'm always happy to chat with you guys. Okay, my lovelies. Okay, my sweeties. I have come to the end of this chat. If you enjoyed this chat, do not hesitate to subscribe, like, and share. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Click on that red button down there. Click on it. It's free. It will not cost you anything. And don't keep this video to yourself. Share it. Share it. Let me love you and leave you. See you. Ta-ra! Let me love you.